Hello class, Mr. Garino here. In this video, I'm going to build out my goju page. In the last video, or at least the previous video, I think it was the last one, I went from a 6-page website to a 7-page website. So there's some things as I'm going, I'm changing along the way, even though I tried to think about the website I wanted to make and have it all thought out so I wouldn't have to make any changes. But as you see, I've already made a change. I went from 6 pages to 7 pages. Now I realize something else I should have did. Inside my body, I have a header section, I have a navigation section, and right here if I want to just start putting content I could, but wouldn't it be better to have a section that lets the browser know this is my main content section or area, and guess what the tag is? It's called main. How about that? So that would make sense. So now I'm going to put everything in here. Let me show you what I've already done in a test website for that page. So I got this cool text for my header. I already have the navigation structure, and I put some pictures on with some text about the karate style that I'm interested in and I study, with 3 other pictures spanned in such a way that they're in columns without actually using a table, which you could use a table to do that, but I did it without a table. I have a video showing Daniel from the Karate Kid 3 doing a kata that's actually founded by Mr. Miyagi, and then I have a video of my sensei who owns our dojo doing the exact same kata, because our style goju is that of Mr. Miyagi, the real guy. Okay, so let's try and make this. I'll move this back onto my other screen so I can remember what I did. So now, to get the pictures, when we were, and I got 3 different browsers open, so bear with me. When we were working in CodeHS, since we don't have our own images stored anywhere, CodeHS would make us display an image by displaying it from another website, like Wikipedia, their logo. But what happens if Wikipedia changes where that's located? Then your picture doesn't show up on your website anymore because it can't find it, because it's been moved. I guess it could be deleted, but I think they'll be using that in the future, but it could be moved. So it's best to have your pictures that you're going to use stored in your own website server, and our server is CodeHS. So what we want to do for the pictures I'm about to put on this page is to go here to More and go to Upload and upload our pictures. And I made a folder for my pictures. Of course, I have that header thing, which is the fancy looking text, so let me show you where I got that from. I went to cooltext.com, a website I've used to get cool text, and I didn't see anything that said karate, but I saw sushi, and that's basically Japanese, and that looks like Japanese lettering. So I clicked on that, and I just typed in goju I think that's what I did. Goju karate. So goju karate, and then you click create logo, and then you just download it, and then you have a picture that you put on your website. So that's how I got that picture, and then the other pictures I just had, obviously. So now I want to upload all of those. So I go back to my website, I click on upload, and I go to upload file, and I'm going to double click this folder, and I'm going to click this thing I just made on cooltext.com, say open, it uploads it, it actually shows it to you. Now I can copy the URL right now, but I'm not really ready to start coding my page yet. I just want to go upload all the other ones. So I'm going to go to, oops, don't have to do more again, I'm already there. Upload file, click the next one. You can't select multiple ones, it's only one at a time. So one, open, You see that picture, upload file, the next one, upload file, the next one, and then upload file, the last one. Okay, so now I have my 5 pictures. So in my header, I want to put in image. So I'm going to say img, oops, don't forget the angle bracket, img src equals quotes, I'll move this out of the way, and then close my bracket. But now, where is that picture? I mean, this box changed. How do I get the URL for it? Notice it says codehs.com uploads. How do I get the uploads thing? Well, if I go to my account here, click this little drop down, and I want to open it in a new tab so I keep this page open. So I'm going to right click account settings and say open in a new tab. Click on that tab, go to code history, and then my uploads. And you'll see all the things you've uploaded. So here I have that cool text. I thought I renamed it. Oh yeah, no, that was something I was playing around with the other day. Here's the goju karate one. So here's the link that I want. So I right click on that, copy link, go back over here, click between the quote marks, Control V to paste it, save it, go to output. Now I'm on the index page, so you don't actually see it here. And the quick preview doesn't always look good. Even my navigation bar looks kind of crummy. So let's open in a new browser window. Click on goju, and there's my header. So that looks kind of nice, I think. Alright, let me close out that tab. And the things I'm doing are not the things you have to do. The things that you could do. If you just wanted to put some text up here in a H2 tag or H1 tag saying, this is the page about my puppies, that would be fine. Or this is the page about the Dallas Cowboys. Or this is the page about Led Zeppelin. Whatever page you're making, that would be fine. But I wanted to do a little cool text, so I did that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is in my main section, I want to have one of my pictures. So that's going to be my picture with me in the dojo. So that's the one I want as my main one. So in my main section, I'm going to say image src equals quotes, and then close it. Did I close this other one? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let me scroll back over. Move this back a little so I have more room. Let me move this over a little so I can see better. So now, what's that image? Let me go over here. I think I named it UMA 1? I don't know. Let me see. UMA 2. That's the one of the picture with me. So I want that there. So UMA2, right click, copy link, go back here, paste it. And now if I save and then look at it in a browser, click on goju, you can see the picture there. Of course, it's right up against my navigation bar. I don't really like that. Would think most people wouldn't like that. So before the picture, let's put in a couple of line breaks. So let's hit enter, do a BR, and maybe another BR. And let's save that and look at it. And that looks better. Okay. Then I want some, what was it that I had? Then I had some text showing it. But actually, before I had the text, I put a border around here, which I kind of like borders because, move that back out of the way. Let's look at this again. If you don't like borders, don't put a border. but it's just kind of, I don't know, it kind of bleeds into the background a little bit, depending on the background. I like borders. So, how do we do a border? Gee, I don't know. Well, here's something good for you. If you go to my CodeHS website under web design, I have a link to a place I use all the time, W3 Schools, because there's just so much you can do with websites that you can't remember everything. So if I click on that, and I said you can browse through this whole thing, look at all HTML and CSS, but lots of times you just want to know, how do I do something? How do I do this certain thing? So, how to. And here's how you can do all kinds of menus. Here's how you can do things with images. Here's how you can do things with buttons and forms and filters and tables and all kinds of more stuff. Of course, there's even more stuff on this website, but this is just like a quick how-to of sort of things people commonly want to know how to do. So I want to know how to do a border. So an image, let's scroll through here. Border around image. Here we go. So it's pretty simple. Now, they may be doing it slightly different than the way I want to do it. So I have to look at that. So if I go try it yourself, this code will open in a new window and you can see how it works. So I got a picture of snow. They've styled the image with a 5-pixel solid border with that color, #555. I like the 5 and I like the solid, but I want it black. So I can actually, change it right here. It's live. So if I click black or type black and then click run, you'll see it with black. Okay, so that's what I like. So I'm going to copy this and then go back to my other browser, my style CSS, and I don't think I'll do it on the bottom. I'll leave my nav bar on the bottom, so I'll go just above my nav bar and paste that in. But you know what? I don't think I want every single image to have that border. So instead of just saying every image tag, I'm going to give it a class, and the class I'm going to call it, and let me look at how I did it before, just to be consistent so that I don't get screwed up as I'm doing anything. I'm going to call it, make sure I click back in here. So class, start with a dot. I'm going to call it border. And at first, I have to tell you, the first time I did it, I just called it border, but then I realized I think I might want different borders. And I probably always want solid, maybe I always want black, but I may want different sizes. So I just called it border 5. As in 5 pixels. So now we go back to goju, and before the source we type class equals border, forgot my quote marks, border 5, right? So now, if I save this and then look at it in a new tab, go to goju, I got a nice 5-pixel border around my picture. Well, that was pretty easy. Well, let's close that out. And then the next thing I wanted underneath the picture was some text to tell you about the karate style. So where did I go? I went to Wikipedia, copy this, go back to, so here's goju, this the real Mr. Miyagi. Go over here, click at the end of this, hit enter, and I want to put it in a paragraph, so a p tag, and then just paste that. And I know it goes all the way off the screen, but you don't have to resist the urge to try and make it nice over here. The browser knows how to interpret it, knows that the white space means nothing, and it puts it in a nice paragraph because you made it a paragraph. So even though it's text going all the way across the screen, there's no reason to go over here, like over here, and hit enter on a bunch of lines so you can all see it in your window. Don't worry about it, it's all there and it looks good. Maybe I do want to tab this over. Will that screw it up? I don't even know. Let's see. Save it. Look at it in a browser. go to goju, and you can see, no, it didn't screw it up. So it's centered text from one end to the other. And it's centered text from one end to the other because it's in my body, and it's text and style for the body. I have this text align center. Okay, let's go back to this page. Then after that, I had three pictures with a thinner border around them. And also, I wanted to show you, I wanted this thing, when I stretch it and resize it, I want that to happen. I want those pictures to just get bigger and smaller as I stretch. Even the one up here, it doesn't get cut off as I compress my browser. It shrinks. Okay, my navigation bar is not really working that well. But that gets really kind of involved to make that work real fancy. So we're going to leave that the way it is. It looks a little funny, but it still works. But the pictures, they do flex, which is kind of nice. So let's go back out to here. And how do we do that? Well, again, I don't know. But let me get rid of this. If we go back to, what browser was I on? This one, I think, yeah, W3 Schools. And I go down and I say, okay, what is that thing called? Oh, side-by-side images. Here we go. Oh, side-by-side images, come on. Oh, it's trying to get there. It's just lagging. There we go. Side-by-side images. So here's the HTML. Here's the CSS. You can do it with the float property, or you can do it with the flex property. I'm going to choose the flex property. So, copy all of this, and you can go to try it for yourself if you want to see. But it's the same thing. So copy this. Actually, get this box sizing too. This asterisk, box sizing, border box, basically it's saying anything that was set before for box sizing, reset it. And so that's like a good thing to do, because the browser sometimes has built-in ways to do things, and you're kind of clearing it and saying, no, do it my way. So I'm going to copy all of that, go back over here, go into my style, and after the border, I'm just going to paste that in. Now, this is set up for 3 columns. Maybe there might be another time where on another page I only want 2 columns, or I want 4 columns. So rather than just call this column, I'm going to call it column 3. Just a little foresight in case I want to do another one. I'll just copy paste this, make it column 4, but then I got to change my percent to 25%, so that each picture takes up 25% of the browser window. Also notice over here, this 5 pixel padding is how much of a gap. If you make it something bigger, like 50, you just have a lot more of a gap. So that's up to you. 5 probably works pretty good. Okay, so back over here. So now I have my CSS to do my 3 column picture setup, but I still need my HTML, which is over here. So copy all of this and go back to my goju page, and after all of my text, at the end of my paragraph, I'm going to click there and I'm going to paste. Now for some reason it didn't really indent very well, so I'm going to highlight all of this and press Shift Tab. It brings everything all the way back to the left, and then I'm going to do each one separately. Actually, I could probably do them all together by highlighting them all in tab, tab, tab. But this one should be in a little further, and this one as well. So it should look like this. This goes with the column. This is an image. This goes with the column. This is the next column. This is the next image. And this closes the column. So we got a open row, close row. Open column, close column, open column, close. So you see with the indenting, it kind of, I think it helps you see what's going on. So now we have with 100% of each image in each column. But the whole column itself, each column is 33% by the style, 33% of the browser window. But these are the images they had. I need my images. So I'm going to go back to my uploads thing. And gosh, I don't remember which ones I did. Well, no, I don't know which ones I did. My other page, what they were called. I know I put UMA 1 in the center, so it doesn't matter. Let me right click here, copy link, go back here, and paste over this. And then instead of snow, if you don't remember, this alt thing is what happens if your image doesn't show up. Now, why wouldn't the image show up? I don't know. If you wrote your code wrong, it might screw up and not show, and then it'll just say on the page Homedel Dojo instead of showing the picture. But the other thing it does, for people who are blind and use screen readers, when they get to that part of your website, they can't obviously see the picture, but the screen reader reads out the word Homedel Dojo, and it tells them there's a picture there about the Homedel Dojo. So that's helpful for that. All right, let's go back to uploads. UMA 1. I want it in the center just because I do. I don't know why. And going to paste that here. And then the last one. Homedel 2, I think. Copy the link. Back over here, and yeah, paste it in over here. Alright, let's save that and then look at it in a browser, and there you go. Now something's not exactly right. What was it? Well, let's see. I have everything set up right, but this style over here, I'm supposed to get 5 pixel padding in between it. I don't have it. Oh, I know what it is. I copy and pasted the code from W3 Schools, but I changed my class name here, but I did not change it over here. So we got to make it column 3, because there is no class column. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh, click this. There we go. Now we got our 5 pixel border. Okay, so that looks pretty good. As you know, I like, 5 pixel padding, but I do like borders around my images. So let me go back over here and on the image so over here we had class border 5. Maybe I'll make a class border 2. So on this image we'll call it 2. So I'll put a 2 pixel border around each one of them. Now I go to my CSS and copy this. Maybe I'll put it above it. Call it border 2 and make it a 2 pixel border. save that, look at it in a new browser window, tab, and now I got a little border around those. So that's pretty good. I got a lot of tabs open here. Let me close some of these. So I don't think I need the uploads anymore, but I'll leave that there. That was the generated image. And now I would like to put... I searched for some stuff from the original Karate Kid movie. Actually, this is Karate Kid 3. And I found this video that shows Daniel doing a kata that we actually do in our dojo, because everything comes from Mr. Miyagi that we do, and in the movie they actually do a pretty good job of showing Mr. Miyagi's techniques. So it's pretty cool. So if you want to put a YouTube video on your website, you should know how to do that. You go to share, then you go to embed, and you want all this stuff. You can highlight it and press Control-C, or they give you the button right here, copy. It copies everything. Then you go back to your website. Oh, yeah, no there, but not the style. Here, and where did I put that? Okay, yeah. So after this div, hit enter, paste that in. Just take it, the whole thing, just the way it comes. So now if I save that and look at it in a new browser tab, right? So I can play the YouTube video of him doing Sayuchin Kata. Okay, but now I want to show you my sensei doing the same thing. So I looked him up. He has a YouTube video of him doing the kata at a competition, and I know it starts at like 20 seconds. Maybe 25. Yeah, started at 25. No, it's the same kata that Daniel was doing. So I'm going to share this, and I'm going to embed, but instead of starting, well, I don't want to start at 29. I know it was 25, so I'm going to put in 25 here. Check this, and you're going to see up here it's going to add some code to the iframe that says somewhere. Oops, why didn't it? I checked it. There we go. Stay there. Start at 25. So then copy that. Go back over here. I wish they had an end as well, but they don't. At least not that I know of. Go to the end of this. So hit end on your keyboard, then enter. Brings you back over here. Paste that in. Right? And save it. Oops. Well, you could look at it here, but it doesn't look very good. New browser tab. Now, put them side by side. That's fine. You can put one on top of the other. I'm actually going to change it to be one on top of the other because I want to describe each one. But you can see it starts at 25. Okay, so after my 3 pictures on top, I'm going to put in this code before the iframe. So all I did was put a couple of breaks, a new paragraph, and say this is Sayuchin Kata practiced by Daniel in Karate Kid 3. And then I have my iframe, and then after that iframe, I want to put a few more breaks, and then a new paragraph. So this is what I did to, I don't know, just make it look a little nicer, in my opinion. A couple of line breaks, or 4 line breaks to be specific. This is Sayuchin Kata as performed by Sensei Matt Weisfeld, War at the Shore. Well, let's see how that looks now. Okay, so now they're not side by side anymore because I put in the paragraphs, and this explains what we're looking at, and then this paragraph explains what we're looking at there. And so now I think I have a nice web page. So this is something you can do. on one of your interest pages. Put a picture, put some text, put some other pictures in different ways, maybe link a YouTube video or embed a YouTube video. You don't have to do everything I did. You can do it totally different. You can do it whatever way you like. But remember, there's so many different things you can do. I can't just tell you, you have to do this. And the one really good resource is this W3 Schools, because you got all this stuff of how to. So if you have an idea and you want to know if you can do it, look over here and see if you can do it. And you'll probably find that you can, because you can do just about anything. Okay, so make a nice interest page. I'll make another one for my website just so I have it, but I don't know that I plan on showing you how to do the next one, because the next page is pretty much just doing the same thing I just did, just do it again on another page. Unless there's something I think of that I want to show you special. But other than that, that should take care of you making your 2 interest pages. Thank you.